Hi guys, welcome to Alan's recap. And there are three parts of our class last time. Part 1 is reviewed chapter 9, part 2 is learned chapter 10, and part 3 is practice listening assignment. Let's begin from part 1. Part 1 is reviewed chapter 9 and it's about intonation. Intonation is falling and rising tones. To begin with, we guys were formed into several small groups, and each group had two members. Thus, we need to explain the definition to your partner from Rule 9.1 to Rule 9.6. Of course, we should use our own words to paraphrase the definition. And Rule 9.1 is if you are certain with something, you should use following intonation. And for example, I really like San Francisco because I'm certain, I'm totally like San Francisco. So the phrase, so the San Francisco is a falling intonation. And Rule 9.2 is if you are surprised or with something, or you want to confirm something, like you can guess but you're not sure, you can use rising intonation. For example, there are two examples. The first example for the first situation, surprised, seems like tomorrow I have a birthday party. Tomorrow is the birthday, so it's very, surprised. Tomorrow's your birthday, so it's rising. And second situation is there will be a party in my place. Is that your birthday party? So it's just a guess, and so you are not sure. So it's also rising intonation. And the Rule 9.3 is just if you are not sure or you are not hear clearly after somebody told you something, you can use rising intonation. Like which street you're living? I'm living 38th Street. 38? So you just want to make sure whether it's 38 or not. So you can use the rising intonation. And Rule 9.4 is when you ask somebody if you know the answer, you use the following intonation. If you don't know the answer, you can use the rising intonation. For example, are you free tomorrow? And because you don't know, you don't know that guy, whether that guy is free tomorrow. So it's just use rising intonation. And another situation is just seems like, are you free tomorrow? Are you free tomorrow? Because you know he or she will be free tomorrow, so you can use following intonation. And Rule 9.5 is it just usually following intonation used for the end of WH questions, like oh, what's the time? So because it's a WH question, so the time is following intonation. What's the time? Also, when you are answer somebody, and for repeat, when you answer somebody, there are two situations. You want to repeat the question, or you want to know the more specific details. If you want the asker, if you want that guy repeat the question because maybe you cannot hear clearly, or you can use the rising intonation. And if you want to know more specific details about the question, you can use folding intonation. For example, I will go back China on Saturday. When? Saturday. When? In the morning. Okay. And 96, rule 96 is just we can use rising intonation to check someone background knowledge. Seems like example. You know the movie star named Will Smith, so you just ask somebody, the movie star Will Smith, but you don't know whether he knows Will Smith, so you can use rising star. You know the movie star named Will Smith? Okay, this is part 1 for reviewed chapter 9, and part 2 is the chapter 10. Primarily, we explained the phrase thought group again, and thought group is just when you see something so long or complicated that the listener cannot remember, you can divide it into several parts to say. The simplest example is a telephone number. Like my number is 415-937-3169. And we can't remember like this, so we can divide it into 3 parts. We can say 415-937-3169. Okay, way back to chapter 10. Chapter 10 is linking and connected speech. To begin with, Hayward let us focus on the picture, and we can see 2 children, and a man seems like their father are standing in the backyard, and their father is talking on his cell phone. So there are 2 keywords: backyard and cell phone. Backyard and cell phone seems like one word, but actually they are phrase, because especially cell phone. Sometimes we may confused with a cell phone, and this is a subject of rule 10.1. When the final consonant means not vowel. Vowel is just a e I o u. Yeah. When the final consonant sound of the word and the first consonant sound of the next word are the same, the sound is heard, not pronounced twice. For example, on the book, at 12, we don't say at 12, we just say at 12. Also, big game, good deal, class schedule, here look. Okay, and in addition, Hayward gave us a funny example. When he was a child, he had no idea about the phrase God is great. God is great. And which is his father always says before dinner. But one day, he realized that it is not a word. It's a phrase. God is great. So this is rule 10.2. When the final sound is a consonant and the next word begins with a vowel, so we can just jumps to the next word. The example on the book is clean up. We don't say clean up. We say clean up, and also cleaned up. We don't say cleaned up. We say cleaned up, and tuck off, drop him off, Yeah. And rule 10.3 is about when the final sound is a stop consonant consonant like p, b, k, g, t, d, and the next word beginning with consonant, we don't release the stop, release the first stop consonant. The example on the book is just seem like a stop sign. Stop sign. We don't say stop sign. We say stop sign, and also seems like cab driver. Cab driver, and big problem. Laptop computer. And rule 9.4. Rule 9.4 is one word ends in t, and the next word begins with y. Seems like I sent you an email. We don't say sent you. We can say send you. So the t and the y, we will combine the sound become ch. So sent you. And seems like don't you or can't you. And rule 10.5 is one word ends in a d, and the next word begins with y. We can say we can combine the two sounds become j. Like the example on the book, made your bite. We can say made your bite. And also seems like did you or could you. And this is chapter 10, and at last we will review the part 3 is a practice listening assignment. This listening is about how to critique photography, and firstly we just explain the 5 vocabularies, and we paraphrase the definition with our own words, and also we find a picture to describe the vocabulary. The first is overbalance. Overbalance is just means too much, and the vocabulary is none. And the second is shallow. Shallow is just a surface law. It's adjective. And the third is perception. Perception is ability to understand. It's a noun. And the fourth is constructive. Constructive is to build something. It's also adjective. And at last, the last is antagonize. Antagonize is just act in opposition to. It's a verb. Okay, so this listening is about how to critique photography, and we can learn from the listenings that critiquing is important, because giving feedback is the best way to develop skills. Because this listening just talk about how to critique others' photography. You can use 3 different ways to critique. The first is the first impression. Seems like a color. Yeah, it's very simple element. And the second is composition, and the third is technical. Technical seems like your focus, position, and the camera flashlight.